Smile, look at people. Very unusual. People will look back at you. And then you've got to say, because you know, the only thing we have the same amount of, all of us in this room today, is time. And the fourth question I ask myself is, if today has been a great investment in my life, how do I want to feel at the end of it? And the answer isn't if I watch more television. There's nothing on the telly. There was a famous impresario who died a few years ago who said, "Oh, television isn't for watching, it's for appearing on." It's true. Television isn't for watching. His name was Noel Coward, you might have heard of it. Television isn't for watching, it's for appearing on. There's nothing on the telly. A friend of mine who is an anaesthetist at Epsom General Hospital, his wife got so fed up with him coming home every night and falling asleep in front of the telly. And one day when he was settling down into the sofa falling asleep, she went up with a pair of scissors and cut through the mains wire on the telly. So there was a big bang. That's the end of the telly, she said. Now we're going to have a talk. Seriously, there's nothing on the telly. Why, if you're sitting there watching the telly, why don't you get up and start putting some leaflets through the doors about your new service and putting pictures up for people in your area, or doing their back lawns, or whatever it is. Why aren't you doing that? Or you're going to bed at 11 o'clock thinking, "Oh, my life's just useless." If you want to go work for somebody, go to your local McDonald's. For any average person in this room, if you went to work at McDonald's, if that's what you wanted to do, within 3 months you'd be running the joint. Within 6 months you'd be the area supervisor, just because you've got a different attitude. They'd have to promote you. What the comedian Steve Martin said in America, "Be so good they can't ignore you." Be so good they can't ignore you. And mostly that means showing up on time. Most people don't show up on time. You suddenly realise that's all you've got to do. You just show up when you said you would, go home when you said you would. Don't be late all the time. I was mentoring somebody once in a company, and she eventually said that's what annoyed her boss about it. She was always late. I said, "Well, be early then." What are you saying? I'm always late. Well, it's your fault, you know. It takes you an extra 10 minutes to go to work, you leave 10 minutes earlier. Goodness me. But you see what I'm saying? So you've got to ask these questions. And at night when you go to sleep, here's the questions you can put on for when you're cleaning your teeth before you go to bed. What did I do well today? What did I do badly? And the third question is, so what have I learned? And you try as hard as you can not to repeat those same things that didn't go well yesterday. Try and do it again today. That's not what you do. Any questions so far, by the way? Does this all make sense to you?
Could you repeat that last bit? What went well and...
Yeah, this is what you do when you're cleaning your teeth before you go to bed at night. What went well today? What went badly? So what have I learned? So in the morning, you know, when you get up, it's what am I looking forward to achieving today? How do I move on unstoppable? How can I have fun doing it? And if today had been a great investment in my life, how would I feel at the end of it? Right. Now, why do you think we've got a bee flying around the leaf? It's because the most important thing here is belief. Belief. Bring a chair out here. Bring the chair out here. We're going to do something to do with belief here. Just sit down facing the audience. Okay, I want 2 boys and 2 girls, please, without heels on. 2 boys, 2 girls without heels on, please. 2 girls. Another girl. That's right. 2 boys, please. No, we don't let the women shame you, men. 1 man? Yeah. 2 men, right. What you're going to do, what I want you to do is you guys, you're going to stand either side of his back. Just lean forward a little bit. And you're going to put your fingers under his armpits. Yep. And you're going to, when I say go, you're going to lift him up, just like that. Right? You ladies, I haven't got boots on, I've got heels on that. Go either side of his knees. Put your fingers under his knees. Right, between you all, lift him up. Oh, not very good, is it? Let's try a different approach. Right. Put your hand on his head. Put your hand on his head. No, on like cascade, one on top of the other. That's it. Hand on his head. Hand on his head. Hand on his head. And when I say go, I'm going to start counting backwards from 10. At which point you're going to start pushing down on his head. Alright? When I get to the 10-3, and you take your fingers out and put them together like that. 2 under there, and 1 lift him straight up. Alright? And we're all going to help you count, alright? And be very careful with this. Right? We're going to help you count now. So we're going to help you count backwards from 10, right? When you get to 3, it's hands off.
Well, you want to press down and say what they do.
Yeah, don't worry, we're going to get them just there. Right? So now to get to 3, your fingers out like that. 2, 1, lift it. Straight up, don't think about it. Okay? So we're going to start pushing down in his head now. And we're going to start counting. 10, 9, push hard. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No! For real?
What just happened there? We moved from a state 2 minutes ago, so they couldn't move him. How did we move him from that state to getting him 2 feet in the air? Sorry, we nearly dropped you, sorry. I'm insured. What actually happened there? What was the difference between that? He hadn't suddenly grown stronger.
Coordinating with the
What happened? Because we're down in here belief. I made you think you could do it. All that pushing down his head is totally running. Absolute crap. It's like if I can have just the same result. If I say walk around 3 times saying abracadabra, 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 it works just the same. It's belief. Belief is in anything is simply a feeling of certainty. And I made you feel, I said be careful of deceiving and all these sort of things, gave little clues to your mind, oh funny, this is really going to work. Suddenly he's 2 foot in the air, whereas he wasn't moving before. You need to get that whole belief into the fact that you can, this is where visualization comes in, achieve these goals, where you can ask for £1,000 a day for your services. Where you can have a Porsche if you want one. Where you can have a big house if that's what you want. Where you can go on 4 holidays a year if that's what you'd like to do. Whatever your goals are, you can have it. You've just got to have the belief and the visualization, you can get it just the same as those people did. That's all that changed was their belief. It's like in these Amazon tribes and in remote parts of Africa when the witch doctor points a bone at you and says you're going to die in the morning, you die because you believe you will. And it happens. This is what just happened in this room here, just belief. The power of belief. Now why do you think we've got a bumblebee flying round and round this big leaf? Why? A big Walt Disney type bumblebee. Why do you think he's spitting out distilled water? It's because I want you to start to think, because you'll go home to your friends and people tonight and they'll either say this was a load of crap or it was all very interesting or good and I think I'm going to try it out. But you're going to distill what it is they say to you. You're going to listen to the people you respect and not listen to the people who are going to say, oh yeah, if it was that easy, everybody would bloody do it. Right? You don't want to talk to those people, because there are going to be them in your family. They hate to see you succeed. Really loathe every second of your success. Even if you gave all the money you're going to make to charity. They would hate to see it. If ever you work in a sales office, everybody gets really pissed off when you bring in a big contract. Because they've been hanging around by the water coolers for ages saying it's not going to happen, you suddenly do it. When I first joined Reuters, I was still working as if I was a salesman for Xerox, because it was a very tough regime. And I was told to get 1 new customer a month if I could. I was getting 1 a week. I got taken to one side and told to slow down. Seriously, absolutely happened to me. And I didn't slow down. I thought they can't sack me for doing better than I thought I could. So in the end they promoted me in about 6 months of joining the company. I never looked back. And it wasn't I'm clever. I'm not better than any of you. I'm really not. I'm one O-level person. I'm sure some of you have got degrees. I haven't. It's up to you to make those choices and have that belief in yourself. Otherwise you're going to watch somebody who's thicker and stupider than you race past you, and it's a horrible feeling. So get out there, don't listen to anybody else, especially not people in your family. But if you've got people in your family or in your group of friends who you respect, who started their own businesses, who are doing really well, go and talk to them and see the different ideas that they would have when you tell them what you're going to do. They'll be much more supportive. They'll say, you want any help? Because there's nothing entrepreneurs like better than, oh, can you show me how to do this? Yeah. I'll show you exactly what to do, because I'd love to see you succeed. Tell me if you don't. I said this to this £500 lady. I said, if any time you want to phone me up, I know you say you go once a week, you want to phone me, it doesn't matter, I'm not going to charge you for that because it's not booked in, I just want to give you some help. Nothing feeling better that she's going to succeed. Wow, what a great feeling that is. And you move somebody along like that. This is really, really serious stuff. So when people ask a question, and distill what it is they're saying to you, they're abusing you, do I respect this person? No, I don't. I'm not going to take any notice of them. I think there's something in Buddhism which says, if somebody gives you a gift that you don't accept, to whom does the gift belong? So if I offer you a gift, and you decide not to accept it, who does the gift belong to? Me. You haven't accepted it. So if somebody gives you the benefit of their opinion, my youngest brother is a dustman in Bromley, because he's quite happy being a dustman. Divorced a couple of times, he's done the whole thing. But my mother always used to tell me to ask financial advice from him. I say, Mum, he's a divorced dustman who lives in Bromley. I don't decry anything what he's doing, but I'm not going to ask him for financial advice. With all due respect to my dear old mum, I'm not going to ask him. I love my brother, but there's not where I'm going to go. If I want advice on business, I would talk to other successful business people. Say, what would you do in my situation? Not to all my negative friends and family who are going to tell me it's not going to happen. Right? And I'll tell you what, when you start to get successful, people will say you are lucky. That's what they'll say. I promise you, oh, you're just lucky. There was a famous French impresario, his name was Jacques Cocteau, who said that there must be luck in the world. How else can we explain the success of people we don't like? There must be luck in the world, so how else can we explain the success of people we don't like? Right? So you distill everything and say, work out what you're going to listen to and what you're not going to listen to. Why has it gone down into this terracotta pot? In which are not 10 coins, I meant 10 seashells. It's because you've all got the potential.
Very good.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You've all got the potential to be whatever you want to believe. You might say, I want to go back to college or university, I want to become a doctor or something like that. And people say you're too old. Do you know how old the oldest medical student in Great Britain is at the moment? 82.
Wow.
If you think you've missed out in life and you want to be a dentist, a doctor, a physiotherapist, go and get your A-levels, do it at night school. Go and do it. Well, I can't do that, so then you're going to fail. The most uplifting story I've heard this year was of a Vietnamese girl who went to live in New York. She was rescued from Vietnam, went to live in New York, didn't speak a word of English. And in the space of 1 year, that's what she did, sitting on the steps of a tenement block in New York City, didn't have any other place to do her homework, learned English, learned all her other subjects so well she became a AAA student, that after 3 years she was offered a place at Harvard to read medicine. But don't anybody tell me what they can't do. If you want to go to university, there's plenty of open university spaces, plenty of places where you can do your A-levels and get biology, chemistry and physics. And you can become a doctor, nobody's saying you can't. You get qualifications, you can be one. And the only body who's standing in your way is you. People aren't better than you, just think that. It's up to you to make that change. Now why do you think this grizzly bear walking, has got dancing shoes on? Let me just tell you why. Because it's this word we have called dance. D-A-N-C-E. Number one, your goal, you have your goal, your desired outcome. What do you want to happen? Write it down. Once you know your desired outcome, what do you think A stands for?
Attitude.
Attitude, something else, not quite
action.
Action.
Action, yeah. You'll probably find that to achieve this outcome, probably a number of actions you can take. Write them down. Choose the best one and put it into operation. Any idea what N stands for?
Being noticed.
Notice what happens.
Okay.
Don't just keep doing it, it isn't working. Do something else. If I go flying in my little plane, there's Suffolk and Kent, there's Kent, and there's the Isle of Wight down here, here's London, here's the French coast coming down like that. And someday my little airport is about here, Biggin Hill, it's in Bromley. And if I decide it's a lovely sunny day, and I want to go across to France over here, I put an X. I know where my airport is exactly. I put an X over there, a little airport like the 2K, and I draw a line, literally draw a line on the map I have in the cockpit. Now, I get in the plane, it's Sunday morning, I file a flight plan and say I'm going to fly about 1 hour flight across Kent, across the English Channel and to the 2K airport. All I've got to do is set the compass up for that heading and let's fly along it. Is it as simple as that? Why not? What have I got to contend with in a real aeroplane, in real air? Wind, yeah. So if I say belligerently, right, I'm going to follow a course which is 90, let's say 100 degrees, 130 degrees, something like that, take me down there. If I just say doggedly, right, I'm going to keep my heading on 130 degrees, and the wind is blowing up this way, it's going to blow me. So the plane's still pointing in the right direction, but where am I going to end up?
Norway?
So what you have to do in an aeroplane, and if you drive a small aeroplane like I do, not a 747, they do this automatically with a computer, you've got to notice what's happening. Read your compass. If you're going off course, you've got to correct it. And the way most planes fly, I'm exaggerating a bit, it's like that. They get blown off course, they get blown, they overcorrect. Do you know what percentage of the time a jumbo jet flying from Heathrow to New York is off track? 90% of the time. And the plane's computer keeps on pulling it back on track. In a real airplane, in a little airplane, you have to do all that yourself. Notice what's happened, and if it isn't working, what do you think sees change? Correct, or change it. I've been amazed as an ex-manager in Fleet Street with Salesforce, how often you ask somebody to do something, go back after 2 weeks and say, how's it going? It hasn't worked. In fact, it's going worse. So why didn't you tell me? We call that belligerent obedience. Well, you told me to bloody do it. You told me what to do. Right? Notice what's happening. Tell somebody, and then say, I had to change it because it wasn't working. And all the while, be focusing on excellence. If you run any sort of service company, give people a bit more than they were expecting. Surprise them. And set out to be so amazing that people just got to have you back again. Any one of you can do it. Because you ain't got to put in, as I said to you all along, just 10% more work than other people. And the reason we've got a grizzly bear doing this is there's a story from Canada where 2 trappers were out one day looking for furs and things like that, and they discovered they were being chased by a grizzly bear, so they started to run away. After they'd run 300 or 400 metres, one of them sat on a rock, undid his knapsack on his back, and started to change his shoes, put running shoes on. His friend called up to him and said, "What are you doing that for? We're never going to outrun that bear." And they said, "I haven't got to outrun the bear, I've got to outrun you." Right? In other words, you work out a strategy. And exactly what you've got to do. You might say, well, I'd be better off starting this business when I was 25 or 28 or 30 or 50. But I'm actually sort of 48 now. Yes, you can. Do you know how old Colonel Saunders was when he started Kentucky Fried Chicken? 62. 62. Why did he start that at 62? Because he had what do you call a welfare check from the United States government, which was about $200 a month, which was even back 50 years ago wasn't much, and a recipe for fried chicken his mother had given him. And that's all he had to flog. And he flogged it around New Orleans, and the rest is history. And I said to you, the oldest medical student in this country is 82. There's nothing to stop any of you. I mean, the government are desperate for more doctors and nurses at the moment. Physios. You might have to take some extra qualifications, but if you've really got that, you can really be a doctor. And you dedicated every night school to getting your A levels, you'd be a doctor. That's all it counts. Then you've got the qualifications. Yes, I have. Come in. Because they're desperate for them. What do you want to do? What do you want to be? A pilot? Desperate for airline pilots, and there aren't enough of them. I don't know what you want, but you can have it. If you don't want to do the work, that's fine. That's what stops most other people. Other people aren't thick. They're just lazy. That's all you've got to remember. Now, have I done enough for you tonight to make believe that you could do anything you care to do?
Yes.
All right? Come on, Ken, I'll show you how to do this. Any of you? I don't like to do it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. This is all about speed.